it's 9:30, so let it go. I think I will. Is this? I cannot see it. I will probably spin the races for like 4 in a row, so they have a bit time before we then get back to before we then get back and spin division for the same 4 people. So let's try this. So Jesper is first in line. And we're spinning the first race. And it's Lizard for Jesper. Next up is Wolfbach. Oh, that's the wrong wheel. And Wolfbach is... Go, I need to get rid of that. Getting Dark Elf again. It just played Dark Elf. And let's spin... Nurgle for third up is... your friend. Getting Nurgle. And next up is Puncher on number 4. Oh, I should probably... Elven Union. Should have been writing in the chat. What I call them here. Elven Union. Poncho, Elven Union. Do you have anybody of those? You want a reroll on the Nurgle? You had Eldred, you are... Yep, thank you. We are rerolling Nurgle into... And it is... Dwarf. So... Anybody else from that group? It's now or never. So, your friend Dwarf. Okay, Punch is not here, Wolf is not up there. So let's roll divisions for those 4. So first up is Jesper. Solar, the sword. That takes forever, so that's number 1. I will take 4 and then roll division for 4, so taking people in like a batch. And we got Sandy. I could really use We've got Cindy. Cindy for Wolfpack. Ready Stargelf. And Joffren and his dwarf. Get Lucy look. And Dirty Dan for Puncher. So until now we got 4 teams into 4 different divisions. Next up is Bazaar, and then we got Hellboy, and then we got Rascal and Mayhems is the next foursome. So Chaos Dwarf for Bazaar. Five, 6 is Hellboy. Nope. Underworld for Hellboy. And now it's Rascal. Ogre for Rascal. And Mayhems. I'll get back to it. We'll just spin all 4 first. And Necromantic. So Rascal, you want to reroll the Ogres. So we rerolling Ogres for Rascal into... Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong wheel. Vaulting it up. Oh, no, human. Ah, sorry. It is humans. Fuck's sake. Ah! I'm getting confused. Dirty Dan, that's wrong. I need the right screen. Sorry. Humans. Humans. Best. No. No, the ogre doesn't count because I didn't say who was first. So human for Rascal. And Mayhems, you wanted to... Underworld. Jesus, there's a lot of chat here. You'd take ogre. No. Okay, I'll do a proper reroll for Mayhems. Yeah, no, CJ is going to get Wood Elf. I cannot wait. I will do a proper spin for Mayhems. Orcs for Mayhems? You can take 3 goblins. You can take goblins on that, that's fine. Carrion, Il Tempo. So the next 4 is Carrion, Il Tempo Gigant, Obsidian Village. Yeah, it'll be a little bit easier if we don't take too much because I got until PT actually gets here. I got a little bit too many different pages to look at once. So first up is Carrion. On it.
Right, I'll just keep you company until PC comes in.
Keep an eye on chat then.
Yeah.
On that for Carrion. Il Timbu, Dark Elf.
Oh yeah, you need to roll divisions for the
Oh,
past
yeah,
4.
we'll get back to that then. See, I needed a sidekick. Obsidian, High Elf, and Villanich. Dwarf. What the fuck is going on with this wheel of tier 1?
I don't know. The wheel is rigged.
Do we have anybody in that foursome that wants to reroll?
So that's Geryon, Il Tempo Gigante, Obsidian, and Philenik.
You can think about it because we're doing. I'll do divisions for the 4 other ones meanwhile. So, because if you keep an eye on that.
Vision for Baza.
Well, because then I can use my screen a little bit more efficient than actually having to look at this chat as well.
Obsidian is okay with High Elves.
Yeah. So division first is for number 5, Bassa. So
Geryon, that wasn't a question.
Bassa is going in with Jessa. And next up is Hellboy and his Underworld. Going into Lucilu. Apparently nobody wanna be in Hybris. And what's up? Rascal and his humans. Going into Dirty Dan. This wheel is really weird. Number 8 is Mayhems. Actually, this going into Jeremy, cool. Actually, I think it might work well with doing doing the races divisions a little bit late. Some people have a bit more time. So if I do the next 4 races,
It could work.
or do we know if every 4 is? Have you heard anything from the 4?
Geryon never answered. I'm gonna assume he's okay with Undead, considering he hasn't said anything. Obsidian was okay with High Elves.
And Villanich is...
Il Tempo Gigante is not here, and Villanich hasn't responded. Yeah, Geryon's okay with Undead.
Coolio. Let's just do the 4 divisions then. Meanwhile, the wheel is on. So first up is Garyon's Undead. Number 9. Going into Ramtooth. Starting off the division. Undead for...
Villanich is okay.
Perfect. We got El Timbu going into Lucy. We got Obsidian going with Gary onto Ramsed. And Villanitz and his evil dwarfs going into Dirty Dan. Oof. So the next 4 is Menkis, Poi Poi, Selsai, and Huanachi. Huanchi. Could you write in the chat as well what people are getting?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So we're spinning first for Menkis. Oh, so close to Amazons, but have to stick with Underworld. And Poi Poi is getting Halflings. And Silsei is getting Goblins.
Poi Poi wants a reroll.
And Huanzi is getting that Ogres. That was the wheel of Stunty coming out there.
Mankiz wants a reroll.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. It seems like everybody.
Everyone wants a reroll except for Silsei because he's not here.
What did Silsei get?
Gobs.
So let's start from Menkis. Menkis is going to play Kemri. Poi Poi is going to play Nurgle. I want to play Nurgle actually. And Huanachi is going to play Bretonian.
There we go. So Mankiz on Khemri, Poi Poi on Nurgle, Silsei on Goblins, and Huanchi on Bretonia.
And Mankins is going into Jermichael. And Popo is going. He's starting off Hybris. Silsei is going with his goblins. Is going Ramtut. And the Bretonians and Hoansi is going to Lucy Lou. We are half a division now there. Okay, so the next foursome is Troic, Fair, Jebasa, and Fleggy Flag.
Has someone pinged Dimmy yet?
Have anybody pinged Dimmy today? It's always a good question. Has anybody pinged Dimmy today? Yep, and Zebros, to correct you, you don't lose skills if you reroll. You're just stuck with the second team. Oh dear. But
right. Oh, blimey, I've missed so much already.
yeah, we've been flying the wheel.
You have.
It's rigged.
We had a spin of four stunty teams, but 3 of them was here to spin on.
Right.
So we actually Troic is next up now, so he's spinning Froic.
Ooh.
Amazons. I don't know. Does he like Amazons?
Ladies love. I think everyone loves Amazons, don't they?
And next up is Fair.
Although I always feel if I'm playing them on BB2, I have to turn the sound down because the sound effects are just so poorly.
Yeah, it's like watching tennis. Jebasa. So we're spinning 4 races and then division for those 4.
Okay.
And we got Ogres because they give them a little bit time to actually respond as well.
J-Baz is not going to stay with Ogres.
Flicky Flag
what a
is
surprise.
getting Bretonians. And did I hear we had a Jebasa reroll on the Ogres?
Yep.
Yeah, J-Baz is not going to go Ogre.
Let's see.
He wants something that actually might win a game or maybe even draw.
Humans. It's the second Ogre into humans. So you have to take the
Humans.
You have to take the Ogre at least then.
Flicky wants a respin.
Oh, Flicky wants a respin. It's spinning for Flicky. Oh, Kislev.
Oh, now. So Brett's spun into Kislev. Wow. And you have to take the second one, don't you?
It's a reroll. It's a Blood Bowl reroll.
Right. So Kislev it is. I think that's a slight downgrade from Bretonians, but
it's definitely a different team. Let's put it that way. I do like Bretts. I would be happy to play Bretts.
I don't mind either. The only problem with Brett's, of course, is there's no broken Galanti on BB2. Is
no,
there?
But this
You have to try and build around Dolfar if you want to put a star in.
Probably.
The thing, at least with Dolfar, is that you could fit him in nicely. So
cool.
Yeah.
But if anybody else is wanting to say anything, it's time to spin the division. So first,
Imberarius Core's not fiddling with his balls this time. There's just too much for that. So instead, he's put some spinny wheels in.
Yeah. So Troic is going a Hybris with Poipos. Is it Nurgle? Yep, Poipos Nurgle.
Yeah.
Next up is Fair, coaching some lovely Norse.
Norsemen.
Half-Height's not getting a lot of business so far, is it?
He's in now.
Oh,
we got the first coach in.
Speak of the devil, Mystic PC is here again.
He's everywhere today, like me actually.
So there we are. The Fear gets his own division. No one else to play face. He should be able to get at least a top 2 there.
And Jebasa and his humans is going in with some other humans, which was fun. Rascal's humans is coming from ogres into humans as well.
Yeah, and then the Elven Union, and is that dwarves
Yeah,
I
it
see
is.
for Vilinich?
And we already have 2 dwarves.
Ooh.
And Flicky, where's Flicky going with those Kislev? Oh, just managed to get down to the Amazons and the Nurgle.
Into hubris. Yeah, with the Nurgle and the Amazons.
Sure you want that, do you?
Vilinich just beat them all. Win anyways.
Yes, Kerry. Or Zagallo. Yes, you'll be in the next spin.
Yes, this is pleasingly non-alphabetical order.
Yeah, it was a random ordering, randomly ordered people. So next up we got Dimity,
Jimmy D.
Guckelman, and Mario Zagallo, one of the new coaches, and our returning champion.
Dimmy G, the future champ.
Got the
future champ and the returning
in the
champ.
same bracket. That's perfect. Let's start with the coming champ. And remember to tag Dimmy every time you have anything to say. He loves it. Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarf for Dimmy. Dimmy D.
Banger team for Dimmy. I'm not sure he's in chat to decide if that's a reroll.
Podcast going at the same time right now. I will allow people, if somebody get an answer for Dimmy D from his podcast, then I will allow that count if it gets back in time with it. I'll be alright.
Okay. I might just pop over there myself, so I've seen it.
Yeah,
I'll pull it up on a different tab and check that that's actually not
Okay,
just someone saying he wants to re-roll it and he ends up with flings.
Vampires for Guckelman. I don't know. Gary Coleman is the real name, so let's go with that.
Dimmy is okay with keeping the chart.
Probably, it's a pretty safe bet, isn't it? Our new guy gets some dwarfs. There's a lot of dwarf going on. This is a little bit sad. And let's see what DM Lord is getting. I'm interested in this one. Oh, I'm looking forward to this if he's keeping that.
Brett's.
I would love seeing DM Lord coach some Brett's.
So, anyone who wants a reroll here? I'm not sure DM Lord is in chat.
Haven't seen him, but right now I'm not looking chat. Right now I'm got spinning wheels and all stuff going left and right.
Zagallo wants to reroll.
The boring dwarf? Respect.
Yes.
Okay, Dimmy is happy on chores.
Cool.
Alright, good.
Skaven instead. That I do love you get at least a funny rate from spinning a dwarf on.
And just interestingly for anyone else in his group, Dimmy has not coached a single game of Chaos Dwarves so far ever.
That's going to be
and has also declared them entirely overpowered.
That'll mean I played one game more of Chaos Dwarf than Dimmy. I played one. So first division for Dimmy G's Chaos Dwarves.
Yep.
Going into the unpopular division with the Fear and his Norse.
Suddenly the Fear is not alone. Norse versus Chaos Dwarves.
So now it's only Wolfpack that's all alone.
That's looking like a basher division with only 2 people in it.
And then we got some vampires to go with some dwarves and some lizards.
Vampires.
It's definitely vampires.
Vampires.
It's alright. Because that does...
Gary Coleman, the name of one of my characters in an advert I played, gets himself vampires in with the CD and the lizards.
And Mad Max.
Zakastine on Chaos Dwarves. That is going to be interesting.
And Team.
Yes, Vampires, Seabros. You got a problem with that?
Seabros shouldn't, because he's Danish. He has the same problem.
No, he doesn't. He can actually pronounce it
but
correctly.
it's not fun. But that's not fun. He should learn to do it. People love it. You need to lean into it and make it even more. Oh, and we got a friend for Wolfbach now. Who was that?
Oh, well, some Skaven aren't going to worry the Dark Elf overly much, unless they do, of course, go with the 6 gutter build.
Sick as heck out there. And we got DM Lord and his Bretts going in same division.
Okay, Mad Marks would like it to be known that he is also Nim La Ancien.
Thank you, Nim. That
He's not until a while, is he? No, he's 37.
But we're getting there. We go. This is going better than expected. I guess the less fumbling of balls are helping a lot here.
If it turns out Mad Marks is just someone who's never met Nim La Ancien, then that's going to be really interesting if he re-rolls him into flings or something.
Ever, Marcel, and Scape. And Trauma is the next 4. And it's Wood Elf forever.
Oh.
Our first Wood Elf team. And now we got our Angry Scotsman.
Go on, re-roll it. No one wants Wood Elves.
And Amazon for the Angry Scotsman.
Angry Scott gets on.
Do we need both of those? Angry and Scotsman?
Not really, actually. We can add cheap as well, I guess. Scape 44. More dwarf? What is it with this wheel and dwarf?
Everybody loves dwarves, and the wheel knows it.
And we got Traum. Playoff contender for last season into Dark Elf. It's definitely not lizards.
Yeah, Dark Elf isn't going to be a race anyone turns down, is it? Marzem says he's happy.
Yeah. Tomato Geppetto, are you Ever? Ever, however you want to pronounce it.
Ever.
Okay, yeah. Ever wants a reroll.
Ever wants his reroll.
Doing everyone in the league a favor, clearly.
To beat dog.
Well, Sprawls, I did say that everyone should be forced to play stunty or tier 3 races for a season. But Core thought there'd only be 3 of us left, so we've allowed some of the better teams in as well.
From Wood Elf into Undead.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you want tier 1 or tier 1?
And you're getting Undead because that's the rule of the game.
You're getting Undead. Yeah. It's not an either or.
It's a blood.
It's a you choose it or you lose
it's a blood ball reroll.
Yep.
So it's those.
If you choose to re-roll into double skulls, if you get goblins, then you're very lucky. They're a fantastic race.
And those Undead is going into Hubris. And what is it?
With the Nurgle, the Amazons, and what's Casey?
Kemri.
Kislev Circus.
Circus, yeah.
Oh, Kemri. Kislev Circus.
Kemri is KH, I think.
Oh, Flicky Flack is going to get smashed from pillar to post, I have a feeling, in that division so far.
And we got Amazons.
Except obviously the easy win against Throwegg, but
okay, so we got some Amazons down with the humans, the Union Elves and the Dwarf. And we got some more Dwarf in Skype. And those Dwarves are going into Jeremy. Cool. I like the division names are getting more and more obscure by now. I needed to go.
Well, I mean, most of these stars are dead anyway, aren't they? They're going to be ancient history.
Some of them was dead. Some of them has been dead for a long time.
No Volcajo, you
can't.
Cindy Pie Whistle, of course, massively improved in Blood Bowl 2020, with bombs now being not entirely shit.
And Trauman, his Dark Elf is going in there. With some lizard, some dwarves, and some
Winter Zolcanth, yeah. Lizards, chaos, dwarves, vampires.
Vampires.
It's brilliant.
Vampires.
It should have been named vampires.
And some Dark Elves. Oof. Not getting a lot of meme teams so far, are we?
No, other than Flicky getting Slan.
Yeah.
No.
Kids
I've
left,
got
please.
Selsa and the Goblins as well. Because he wasn't here to stop it happening. So next up is Strider, and then Sol with his Chosen Rats. Boo. Tenlo.
Chosen Rats.
And
Boo.
Well, is that Fight Soul
Yes, it
Fight?
is.
Oh, fantastic! I love
Yeah,
that.
he didn't.
He's a rat specialist, so that's not a great
Yeah,
shot.
he'd been taking a bit of a break for Blood Bowl, so he wanted to get back with something he knew.
Sure, and I don't know how experienced he is at NAF level, so coaching a race that he really knows how to play is probably a good idea for him.
Played tabletop league mainly on tabletop. He played I think maybe a tournament, but not much more than that. He's played some league play, but that's it. But it's really nice. I was happy we could get space to him. It's get a bit frustrated.
And Joe Manji, who of course, obviously the thing to do if you are facing Joe Manji is to schedule it on the same day as cricket is happening.
It's a good shout.
And there's a very good chance you get a walkover.
But let's see what Strider is getting, which is always funny as well. I hope he gets something funny.
I hope it's ogres.
What did he get?
Dwarf.
Oh my.
Oh, gee.
Dwarves. He'll be thrilled with that.
Hate it. I love it.
He's going to be excited. That's going to keep him up at night, planning just how much he'll be dominating with those lovely little short people that he loves so much.
He's going to hate this. This is amazing.
He is really going to hate that. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, yeah.
Luckily, he's not here, so he doesn't get to re-roll it. Hooray!
Tunlo. Is no goal. I really hope.
Yeah, scroll half height is the dwarf runnery thing.
And Jomo.
Strider's here. He might want to re-roll.
Oh, Strider is here.
I was thinking before that's the only chance I would reroll.
Hey, Alex. And we got chaos for you.
Go on, re-roll him into Chaos Dwarves.
Into Chaos Dwarfs, you think? No. I don't
Are you
care.
re-rolling,
no,
my friend?
Re-roll the dwarfs. I really have had enough.
You don't want them.
We
Do you know, I could pretend to be shocked, but I'd have to build up to it, and you'd have to pay me. That's professional level acting.
And we got chaos for
Alright, I'm up again.
chaos for Jomandi. Meanwhile, we were having a laugh. Are we spinning again for the dwarf? Is what I heard. Damn it!
Yeah. Spin again for Strider.
Come on.
Go on, spin dwarves again. Come on.
Hilarious.
Boo. Boo.
That's very boring. That's very, very
At least
boring.
you can get a break tackle Okra, right? Enjoying the last life of the old break tackle.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see Joe Manji on Chaos. Joe Manji, of course, I mean, I'm joking about him, his love of cricket, which did make him miss a blitz pit. That's why I mentioned it. But Joe Manji, one of the greatest Blood Bowl theorists that Blood Bowl has ever seen, does a lot of guides, a lot of rule set work, does a lot of tournaments, sort of tiering, structuring stuff. Really, really knows his builds. It's going to be fascinating for people that want to play Chaos at NAF level to see exactly what Joe Manji comes up with. I think that's going to be a really, really interesting Chaos build.
I'm looking forward to that as well. And where are we putting Strider's humans?
Spin the
Into
wheel.
Hubris.
I'll be back in a moment. Just need to grab some water.
So that's with some undead, some Kislev Circus, and some Nurgle.
And some Nurgle and some Zons.
That's a mixed bag of things. Let's put it that way.
So the more we put into there, the more screwed I think Flicky Flack is. But we'll see. I mean, you know, plenty of chances are eternal. Anyone can win a Blood Bowl game.
Yeah. Maybe we get Solves in place. No, he's going down to Ramtud.
Okay, facing undead, high elves, and what's
Goblin.
Oh, goblins.
So
Oh, okay.
We got some.
I don't hate that for Skaven. I think so far Sol's got quite a nice draw for himself there.
According to Tom, Thurnlow is okay with Nurgle.
Cool.
Great.
because he was in last second to get something done with that. Yeah, and we got interesting enough. We got 2 North American time zones in the same division. We don't have that many.
FT, is there any team Kislev are good against in NAF style?
Wood Elf?
No.
Maybe Wood Elf. Wood Elf is
No.
Like Wood Elf is anything that's just as weirdly playing as you is slightly annoying.
And Flicky Flack's last desperate hope is to beg that at least there's still tiering despite the random races. Is there tiering, Core? Is there tiering? Flack needs to know.
It's the same rules as last season, so yes, it's your fault.
Yes, there's tiering, Flicky Flack. You're going to be able to get lots of guards.
Yeah.
And, you're going to be able to try hard. Hashtag win anyway.
Where's the Nurgle? Where is the Nurgle?
Just got to overcome all the adversity.
Which can only make you stronger.
Nurgle going in.
Ooh, into scroll half height against the Chaos Dwarves and the Norse.
That's
I'm not sure that's the worst place for them to go so far. I think they're not going to be terrified by those two.
Shabashi division.
Yeah,
That right now you don't want to drop something elfy in there, do you?
And we got Chaos going into another mixed bag of stuff. Now we got the whole variety of things going on down there.
As Zolcath is looking, I mean, it's all very strong, isn't it? Chaos Dwarves, Lizards, Dark Elves, all, and the Chaos, and then Vampires. That's going to be a very mixed bag, that one. I think the Lizards are going to be quite happy so far. There's nothing there they're going to desperately fear, except, of course, the Dark Elves.
Yeah, and again, the problem with Vampires is they can lose to anything and beat everything, because you never know
Yes.
what the fuck is going on.
Yes, I mean, when Dionysian coached them, they did lose to everything, didn't they? But other people have coached them quite well.
Didn't we? Did he lose the last game to not get in? We definitely had a Vampire team. We had a Vampire team in playoffs one season, didn't we?
Yes, I think we did, yes.
So next group of 4 is oh shit, we're only taking 40 minutes. I'm impressed.
Perhaps we can play a game of bingo before the challenge.
I can go to the garage and find the bingo balls and do an extra spin of stuff.
We can actually, once it's all settled, we can have a look down the divisions and pick out,
some time.
Pre-build what we think are the strong races and things.
Yeah, I didn't think we'll have time to that, but it's actually going a bit faster. It helps not needing to look at chat, so I can only push buttons.
You were also going a lot faster before I got here.
Yeah, we slowed down a bit when we started being 3 people and 4 occasionally with Alex. But next foursome is Sigas X, Vilhobia, Siki, and Stobatas.
Oh, foursome, you make it sound so kinky.
Siggy Kanigi. Storbertus, known as Store as well, of course. Completely the same person.
That would be funny if it was.
Isn't it? They'd be in twice.
Dark Elf for Sigas X. That seems too boring.
Dark Elf, sick. Surely you're not going to take Dark Elves, are you? Surely you want a bit more adversity than that.
Welly, please don't be humans, because that would be boring. Norse?
Velihopia gets... Oh, Norse. Sick, do whatever you want. I am joking, of course. I'm just filling time, taking the piss, and trying to get everyone feeling happy. He is going to re-roll. Sick is re-rolling.
Cool. Well, let's see what's...
Do that after, I guess.
Do the 2 last one first.
Yeah, let's do the others first.
Orcs for Sicky, Nicky.
Orcs for Sicky Kaniki.
And Stobatas.
Siggy says that's cool. I guess that means he's sticking.
And you're, of course, taking 3 goblins, right? Because that's the only way to play orcs nowadays.
And lizards for Storbertas. Is either Store or Storbertas in chat? I'll take an answer from either of them.
We can spend 6 respin 6 Dark Elves meanwhile. Into...
Hellboy says that Storbertus won't want to swap, and I think we can just take that as gospel, can't we?
Did Store just get flings?
No. Sigas Eggs.
Oh, Sick has just re-rolled into flings. God bless him.
Storbertus wants to keep it.
Yep, Storbertus is sticking with what he's got.
I don't think Welly is around.
No, I think it's only Billy Nitch, should say.
I did notice on Boxing Day there was a NAF-style tournament run by Italian coaches on Fumble. and then tiered things up, and they put halflings in tier 1. Because everything they put down in the bottom tier was allowed 2 stars.
Oh,
And I think they were terrified of the 2 dirty girls build.
yeah, but you need a lot of money.
So they put halflings in tier 1 and said, if you buy 2 trees, then you can have the skill pack of tier 4. But if you want 2 scar stars, you can't have them. So someone in Italy hates the 2 dirty girl build.
It's good, but it's also really fragile.
It is good.
Give me a...
It is good, but it's a high roll.
Talking about small tournaments, I could plug Hellboy's tournament for a second here as well.
Hellboy has a tournament.
Yeah, got a little New Year's Day tournament going.
Where?
Online.
Tell us where, Hellboy.
PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, made a PowerPoint.
No, it's just a picture. If you click it.
Yeah, no graphs or PowerPoint, then it's not real.
So it's a New Year Day starting at 9:30. 4 game of Snap style. It's 10 coaches. That's Andy Devu, Zebros, Chuck, Crystal Hunter, Dionysian, El Dorino, Elliot, Hellboy, Bonachi, and me. Having a bit of a New Year's Day fun. So,
Well, we got to figure out where each 4 coaches.
Wow, there's a couple of very good coaches in there.
hopefully it's going to be.
And Zebro.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I was just going to leave that for everyone to do their own punchline.
And hopefully people will be in for some voice chats and some good banter instead of just being too serious. So that's the hope for my point.
Right, Hellboy's bored of you plugging his league or competition, and now he wants the wheels are spinning.
What did we get up to actually? Yeah, we need to place them in divisions. That's what we were up to.
We do. Sick as Eggs had flings, Velihopia had flings, Sikiganiki had goblins, and Storbertus had flings, I think, but Hargreave can remember better than me, I'm sure.
Sick as Eggs on Flings, Velihopia on Norse, Siggy on Orcs, Storbertus on Lizards.
Oh, and the flings, of course, go into Cindy Pie Whistle, as all flings really want to.
Dark Elf,
A
Bretonian.
little bit of a grown-up joke there.
That might be alright for flings.
Everything's all right for flings.
And we get some Norse into the other Norse. Holy my.
Oh no.
Sickies. And Sickies Orcs is going down to have some fling fun. And Stobatus Lizards. Where are they going? Lucy Lou. So that Brett Stark Elf Underworld Dwarves. Do you have the same racy any divisions yet? Yeah, the Norse.
And the human.
Yeah. Okay. So what's up next? Next is actually we finally got to Nim, and then we got Dragonloop, we got Hargrim, and then we got Bloodbearer, which is another Skaven pick. So only 3 races in the next span.
Interesting that both Skavens wanted Skavens.
Weird.
If you mainly have tried Skaven, if it may be the only you've tried in this format, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I asked both of them if they're absolutely sure they wanted to do it, and they both said yes. So that's how it is. So our former winner in Nim is getting humans.
It's not a bad team at NAF style, but it's certainly not tier 1.
And halfling for Dragon Gloops. It's Is he around?
Yeah, he is.
And on.
Yeah, so what do you think, Dragon Loop? I mean, they can have all sorts of stars. They're absolutely terrible, but he's taking them. Brilliant.
I'm going to reroll.
The kahunas on this man.
Straight in with the reroll is Hargrim into Lizards. Boo.
Oh, fuck for that.
Boo.
Really, you didn't fancy Underwhelm?
No.
I'm,
I
Fair
want to
enough.
be able to do
I'm
stuff.
not sure I fancy them on
Tier 2 team. I'm just not playing Underworld.
well, maybe not on Blood Bowl 2. Pretty bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's not enough. The fun stars aren't really available for them on Blood Bowl 2. They got much better in Blood Bowl 2016,
Yeah.
particularly with
That's-
Creek, who is a
the logic.
monster.
Oh, Creek.
Creek.
Creek Ruscouch is a brilliant
I
player.
love Creek.
Did you remember to roll for Bloodbearer?
It's given.
Oh, okay.
He'd already decided.
Right.
We got named humans going into the division of everything.
The division of all sorts.
um,
It's a Cadbury's celebrations of a division.
ooh, so close. But Jeremy, cool. Gets a fling.
Against some dwarves, some Khemri, and
Ox.
orcs. Yeah, that's going to be tough for the flings so
That might
far.
not be too much.
They could use something with a little less armor,
But I
ideally.
guess the Khemri doesn't necessarily have too much block, which is at least helpful.
Dragon Loot, there's a lovely little quote I got from Sky Blue Monty the other day, who's known for his fling play. Let me just look that up for you.
And we get Hakrim with his lizard going into the Goblin, Skaven, High Elf, Undead in Ramtut the Third.
Ramtutu.
And Blood Bears.
The best thing about winning his halflings is you know you hurt their feelings. There you are. So that's something for you to concentrate on.
And we got Skaven in Lucy Lou. Oh, Lucky Lou. Is it not Lucy Lou?
I was wondering when you'd figure that out.
I don't know. I just wanted to be Lucy. That's also slightly weird division.
Skaven, lizards, Bretonians, dark elves, underworld dwarves. Oh yeah, there's again everything you think. Oh, that's great. You then see a couple of teams that they're going to struggle against. So that's a nice mix.
Next foursome is Defadan, Imber, Limber, Aurus, and Nutty Fessa, and FD.
One of these days, you're going to admit that that's D for Dan.
Nope. It's like vampires. Now,
Use
Vampires. There's a way that you're going to say that forevermore,
yeah,
isn't there?
exactly. After your comment about it, now I'm just doing it even worse. It's brilliant.
I'm glad there's no Dark Elves in my division yet.
Yeah, Ramtut does look a bit tricky though.
More humans.
Humans, yes.
Are Dan in the chat?
D3, are you around? I don't think he is he?
Not looking like it. If not, we'll see in a minute.
He's not in the list of people here, so unless he's under an assumed name on
I don't
Twitch.
actually know. Oh well, we will go to the next one anyway. What the?
Which is Imber, isn't it?
Get some lizard.
And he is in chat, so let's see if he's going to stick with the lizards. Oh, that was so nearly vampires.
Oh, more dwarf. Nutty Fessa getting some dwarf.
Oh.
And FT. And Nurgle for FT.
FT pulls Nurgles. So we know Imber and FT are in the chat. Are you happy with what you've got, boys? Or ladies? I can't assume your gender.
Nutty Fess is
FT
okay.
does not want the Nurgles.
Oh, okay. And Naughty Fessa wants to keep the dwarf.
So what did we say? We need to reroll FTs,
FD.
but we'd keep the dwarf. Boo.
And Imber wants to re-roll as well.
Let's start with Imber. He is first.
Yep, he's first up in the list.
We did also have quite a lot of lizards, so it was getting a bit boring. And we get Underworld.
Ooh.
And then we get FT Snurgle into Skaven. And where do we get some more humans? Are they going into the human division? No. Dragon Loop's poor innocent flings get some block pieces to fight with now.
Yeah, that's the flings so far not getting the greatest of draws.
And we got some underworld to go with an array of weird stuff in Hubris.
That's a weird division, isn't it?
That is a weird division so far.
And who gets the dwarf? They're going into the
And
bash.
finally, Flicky Flack has a team that might do worse than him.
They get into the bash division.
Have fun. If that's going to be 7 bash team and an elf team, that's going to be hilarious. Thank God for resurrection in that case.
2 Norse, a Chaos Dwarf, a Nurgle, and a Dwarf. That is just banger heaven, isn't it?
And FT Skaven.
Let's drop some pro elves in there and really mess
So we
it up.
got double
Oh,
Skaven. And
Or some unlucky sap that rolls a stunty team into another stunty team to get that division.
Yeah.
so the next up is CJ, that Asian guy, or Lenses, and me.
Big Kev.
So let's start with CJ. He wants Okras, we all know that. But he's definitely not getting older. He's get breads. I actually lost at a local tabletop final in a breads off with CJ. He did
CJ, you happy?
he begged for mercy before starting was an evil tactic. Growling and begging. And that Asian guy is getting vampires. Woo. And our lenses. Undead.
Give Big Kev a stunty team. Give Big Kev a stunty team. Give Big Kev a stunty team.
No,
God, that was difficult to say.
no freaking way. That's not even fun. But it's a CJ and that Asian guy or lenses. Any of those guys needing a respawn?
CJ says he's fine.
I'm definitely re-rolling.
Thanks.
For
Michael.
fuck's sake.
Fair to anyone. What did he get? What did he get? What did he get? The screen. Oh my god.
You just froze on my screen, so I'm having to live through an advert.
I got undead. Can I re-roll?
No.
Oh,
No.
fucking hell. I didn't want it. I want something fun.
Pick a stunty team and you get an extra skill.
That maybe, but that was not really the rules. That could have been the rule. Switch to a stunty team and get an extra skill. Maybe we should have added that. Pick a stunty team and get an extra skill.
Gary, on the only way you get one less skill is if you choose your race. So the 2 guys that wanted desperately to coach Skaven get 1 less skill, that's all.
And everybody else, the 60 other 2, was happy to let the wheel decide the fate. Oh well, at least I don't have to play it. Don't play Amazon, so that's alright. Yeah.
Flicky Flack is offering to swap his KFoged. He hasn't said what for, but he's offering to swap it.
Maybe he want to swap Kiss level undead, I guess.
Yes, obviously that's what he meant.
Where's CJ Sprat's going?
Surely into the all Skaven Lucky Luke division.
No.
No, Zolkow. Okay, that's still looking at a really nice mixed bag, Zolkath. I think there's going to be a lot of different challenges in there.
And who's getting the wamps? Who's getting the wamps? That's the Lucy one, finishing off with wamps. Holy my.
Now, that's going to be an interesting division. I think the dwarves there are in for a tough time.
I think that's a weird division.
And Oilensis.
Cannot also go into Lucky
Nope,
Luke.
but can finish off another division. We got Undead into that, so that is actually 8 different races. And quite different races as well.
Mm,
And some really good coaches. Got
very much so. I mean, there's
Dominic,
solid quality throughout this league. And Dimmy.
It's so much more fun when he's here.
See,
That's
I would
true.
say poor Dimmy,
I
but
should have picked on someone who is in chat. But actually, all the people in chat are quite good.
So now we're down to 6 possible landing spots for my Undead. And who is... I'm going Ramtooth. I love that.
oh, fuck off. Not you again.
No, but I like really... it's mainly... I like that. Get to play with Garyon and Saul as well, and Obsidian. So say. And then somebody random noob called Agrum. But I hope. Besides that, it's a pretty nice division with nice people.
And me.
Yeah, I did say people, not gnomes.
Okay. See, it would have been funnier if you just called me a garden gnome instead. But
Yeah, but you're
didn't.
a bit too small to be a garden
Boring.
gnome, aren't you?
I think I'm about the right size.
Oh well.
Garden gnomes aren't very big.
Asset and Purple Chest and Zebra and Volcano in the next group of 4. And we are off red on with a Elven Union.
And there was much rejoicing.
And
He can't help it, Marzam. It's his job. He has to.
Purple Chest is getting... Is that halfling or no? No! So close. So close.
Interestingly, I just had a net outage, so I've got no idea what's been happening. What have I got?
You got
You were
Norse.
like a millimeter from getting flings, which had been hilarious.
Thing is, I'm playing Norse in the current. I'm in Pony.
You probably need to
thing there.
You've got a bit of time.
Screw it. Let's re-roll it. I don't want to. Let's do something else. And if it's flings, it's flings. Hopefully.
See,
something ship for Zebra, please.
Kiss left for Zebros. And what does it?
Don't even joke about that Dio. Don't even joke about that.
Skaven
That's not even funny.
Keiju.
Volcaju. Zebros wants a reroll. You
boring. Do we have asset in the chat?
I don't think so.
And Skaven for Volk.
He can live with Skaven. All right. So just a reroll for PC and
potentially, did you say Zebra?
Zebra. Yeah, Zebra wants a reroll.
Let's start with a PC. Goblins, love it. That's
quite happy with that.
That's good for everybody. You can get you.
That's good. That's good for me. That's good for everyone else that faces
and it's
them.
Good fun to watch. And you know to.
I don't mind a bit of goblin
exactly,
action.
You know how to play goblin, so that's cool. Like for anything, you get some stunty races in. You know what you're doing. It's good fun. As much you can know with goblins, right? Yes.
However, there's a couple of divisions I really don't want them to drop into, so the next roll's going to be more interesting.
And what is it? Zebros getting instead? Come on, chaos then. Yeah.
Flings.
Chaos, just as good.
Chaos is fine. Again, really interesting to see how Chaos build in NAF. They're a tough team to build around. A BB2 doesn't have loot grip available, does it?
Bad version.
It does.
But not as nice.
It does, but the bad loot grip before he got the free skill he got in the 2016, didn't he?
Yeah, he got upgraded a bit.
He did.
But no. So you ready?
Yeah, BB2 loot grip does suck a bit more than the actual loot grip now does. Although, of course, he's once again, like all the stars, dead. Just like at the end of the Great Escape, they herded all the stars into a field and shot them.
And where's the Elf Union team getting shot? Is it getting shot in the school? Half-fucked. No, it's going down to Ramtud.
Oh, good.
So we've got Elfin Union as well now, and High Elf. We got a bit of mixed bag there.
Now we've got
Yeah.
a stunty team.
And PC is going Hubris.
Okay, that could be worse.
It's not it's not the best one for you, I think, but it's not the worst.
Oh, Flicky's there, so that's a nice easy win. Throwek, obviously
Why?
with Amazons, that's nothing to worry
Is that
about.
the second?
No, it's horrific. Anywhere they go is bad, but it'll be fine.
It's the second time you end in division with Mark, isn't it? That's a bit random.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
And
with Stride as humans, there's lots of people I know there well.
And we got a Ramtud.
And some newer names to me, which is always nice.
Zebros is coming down to me.
He's going into Ramtut, yeah.
So that's
finishing off the division with Coronit and Hargrim.
And Hargrim, yeah.
Notably, Core made sure that one of the teams short on a skill was in his division.
Obviously.
But it's still Gary on occasionally streams, Obsidian streams, Soul streams, Hargrim.
Well, now I finally get to beat the shit out of
Zebro. That's also
in NAF.
I need to modify the wheel now. That was Ramtud. That was out now, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is Kilmatronics. It's a NAF.
Zebro, how can you be unhappy? You've got Chaos. That's a team that just destroys everyone. Oh.
Oh, you're funny.
Just do what you normally do, Seabrawls, which is, play some awful Europop, and that will just distract them and they'll fail things.
Yeah, because that's how it works. Mars, you said the same thing, didn't you, about when we played? What happened then?
Yeah, there's always the option on going for the Claw Minnow and hope it works. It did almost.
Claw shitter minnow.
Claw Pom Minnow, yeah. Whilst before Claw Pom goes, why not run one final time?
I still remember mine from the first season, and in one game in back-to-back turn, killed the Mighty Socket and then the Human Ogre in 2 turns. That was amazing. But next up is Lago, Store, Makun Hutu, and Malta Metal. That's way around this time.
Volcaggio needs a division.
There is a Metal Malta as well, isn't there? Are they different people, do you think?
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Spin a division for Volcaggio.
I met Metal Malta at one of the NAFC championships. It's a very nice guy.
I was about to say, I haven't met a player from Malta that's not a nice guy.
Yeah, I think I've met all the Malta coaches, both of them.
Jean-Marc is great.
They got a Euroball team, so there's more than 2.
You need to spin a division for Volcaggio.
That was because I was modifying the wheel. Dirty Dan.
Taking the full ones off.
Dirty Dan.
Only five places to go, and he slips into Dirty Dan.
No, that's definitely on Malta. They got Block on the Rock, which is a big tournament down there. It's definitely on my must-go list.
I think for those of us that are conceptual purists, we're all looking forward to the final roll when there's only one division on that wheel.
I'm looking forward to see if I can do it. If I can spin the one division. Let's see what Laku.
Largo Feldlauf, a new name to me, presumably French.
Doing quite well in last season. Making it all the way to the final, right? Yep.
Anna Holt, sign up. You need to join KFoged Discord for that, but.
And we have there's no really waiting list, so if you have any dropouts, I will need some buddies.
Yeah, if anyone disappears or decides they just hate what they've been given, if Joe Manji just thinks the cricket's too tempting, for example, then there may be a space even, but...
it's real life as well. We got 64 coaches, so the likelihood of real life getting in the way of somebody is pretty big. even with 2 weeks deadlines and stuff like that. We normally have that. What is Star getting?
No, Flicky doesn't mind a bit of adversity. He'll try his best and he'll do
No,
a cracking job and get a
no.
win or two.
We actually
What did Storr get? Oh, he got
his
flings.
flings.
Oh, that's not fair. It's the one person you want to give a tier 1 team to.
The
not a
wheel is
tier 2.
rigged. The wheel is rigged.
That's definitely a rig. That's steward's inquiry here.
Storr's happy.
Store, I presume you're re-rolling that?
Dwarf from Makurto.
Like we can put the British government to look into it, and he will just get double flings instead with extra money. Maltamitzel?
Dwarves for Mac Hurto. I get the feeling he's half Scottish, half Italian.
He's Spanish.
Goblins for Maltamitzel. Got quite some flings. Was that the... Yep. Do we have any rerolls in that foursome?
I don't know. I've just written to Makurto. Waiting for him to reroll.
And goblins for Malta Metal.
We need to roll Dio, don't
No,
we?
he's in the next foursome.
Terrific. Are you in KFoged's Discord? Because that's where you sign up. If not, I will drop you a quick invite.
Oh yeah.
Traffic just joined. Anna Holt has just joined.
Okay, good. Then I can be lazy and not have to do that.
Yeah, if you waited long enough in my stream, it will.
Makurto is okay with dwarves.
It will go around, and you will get the link will appear in my in the chat as well at times.
So, Storr, are you re-rolling or not?
No, Store's not going to re-roll flings, is he?
53.
No.
Like me on goblins, it's not that terrible.
So we get humans in
fact, actively wants it. In Terrific, in the bit that says TSD signups.
No, that's no really. Right now, you just write a message you're interested.
Oh no, Storr's here.
Re-rolling flings. Not at all.
Hey, Star.
Hey, Store.
Where do you think?
You're happy with flings? You surprise us all.
Which division do you want?
Yes,
I
am
want
Store, and I would like to
Skrull
re-roll it.
division, no elves in there.
Let's see if you get it. We are rolling it now. You are getting.
Coming to hubris with me.
Cool.
School half high school. Oh, bugger.
So you got another halfling off. And there's no dwarves, there's no elves there either. You got orcs, Khemri, dwarves.
Another set of halflings, and some humans.
Nice.
There you are, Dragon Loop. You're going to be able to see from the Fling Master how flings are played as he beats you 8-0.
Oh god,
And
I
frankly,
hate
Store, if it
flingers.
isn't 8-0, then I'm going to consider it a loss. I think that's...
Get some dwarf into the elf. Another set of dwarf into down there.
Oh, into Dirty Dan.
Double humans.
2 sets of dwarves there.
Sets of...
The Amazons of Marzem are not going to be happy.
But we all know on low team value, Amazons are fine against dwarves. And Hubris.
You can say that as much as you want. No one's ever going to believe it, despite it being statistically more or less provable.
And we get double goblins in your division now.
Okay, I don't mind that.
And it means I need to do some work again.
Gob off.
Because that means Hubris is filled.
Gobtastic.
I've got 4 landing spots.
Most importantly, we don't have any dwarves in, which goblins do really struggle against. Nothing, and Amazons, of course, but then it's only throw X, so that should be fine.
Is Demi and Elliot still screaming?
No, they came and raided.
you.
They raided a while ago. They're
Okay.
with us.
Because next up is Dio, Hati, Anubis, and Elliot. So first,
Yeah, fantastic. Timmy, can you check that Elliot's around for us in case he wants a reroll?
and Goblin for Dio.
Haven't seen him talk.
Dio gets Goblin.
Ping Dimmy.
He's probably off drinking some meths in a cupboard somewhere.
And Hati.
Dio wants a reroll.
Antonians for Hati.
Surely Dio is going to accept that adversity and man up and coach some goblins.
Anubis. Nurgle.
Anubis will like that.
He's not here, is he? And Elliot, vampires. He's playing vamps in CCL. That's almost perfect. Like, he needs to stay with that. Surely. Did Dio really say he wanted to reroll that?
He did.
I'd do you a Dio impression, but my southwest accent isn't that great, and also just dropping that many T's would upset me. So no, he has said he wants to
Into
re-roll, so
flings.
we should let him re-roll. That's fantastic.
I guess that's a win for him.
I'm absolutely thrilled that you gimped this wheel to the level you did, Kay.
The wheel, the wheel backfires, Dio.
Well, no, I thought that was brave of Dio. He knew that Goblins wasn't tough enough. He wanted something even harder, and he got it.
Oh, I hope he
For
doesn't
once,
do my
Dio
division.
got
I don't
wheeled.
want 2 fling-offs. With no star players.
There's no wheel.
There is no wheel.
There's no wheel, yeah.
Wamp.
Another boring wheeling.
No.
Is anyone else a bit upset that he hasn't typed "this is fine" yet?
Well, he wrote Gratz Triff, so I'm going to assume that he's dropping out instead.
Where's the... Where,
Oh, yeah, okay, that might be what that meant. That'd be sad.
where is the flings going? That's not a bad division, though.
Cindy?
It's
Yeah.
another. That's
okay.
a double fling.
Cindy would be fine. Yeah, there's nothing actually to worry about in Cindy for flings. Another set of halflings, some Skavens, some Dark
Dark
Elves,
Elf and Orcs is
Bretonians. I mean, the Dark Elves are a bit of a worry, but nothing else there to worry about.
And it does mean we can spin on with Harty's Bretonian. To the double flings. So we got real humans and pretending humans.
Oh, humans are annoying.
Yeah, really, it's only the dwarves there that the flings I think need to be concerned about. I mean, perhaps the orcs a little bit too, but orcs are nice and slow.
Where do we get the Nurgle?
Orcs are nice.
Into the...
It's a scroll, fantastic.
You know
that is just...
That is such a boring division, though.
They should all just strip to the waist and have a knife fight, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, Elliot's Wamps.
That is bashatastic.
And Wamps into this magnificent. Yeah.
On. Oh dear.
Yeah, vampires are not what flings want to face, really.
Yeah, normally not, but I mean, last season I won against the Vamps in our division. Outplayed Dio pretty hard.
Outplayed. Dio has gone very quiet since he got flings.
I think Dio's left. He's decided this is not the division for him to hone his skills.
So we've got four left. We got a Chuck Man.
Yeah, I think the problem with Dio is he just doesn't have a lot of interest in playing meme teams. He chases perfection.
Dio's watching chess.
I see.
So we got Chuck, Arisu left, Vigente, and Anta Lunau. So
I'm doing quite dissimilar. In the background to this, I'm watching some paint dry.
ooh, Chuck is getting dwarves, and there's no strength 5 on that.
Yes, he'll have to learn how to defend his runner, which
Whamps from Arisu. Does Andreas like playing vampires?
Is it just me, or is this wheel very heavy on the vampires?
And very heavy on the dwarfs.
I don't know if he likes vampires. And Skaven.
Yeah, Chug's dwarves would fit right into Skrull.
Dwarves, Chug. You got dwarves.
And Toluno gets Underworld.
Chugs wants a reroll.
Okay.
Surely he wants a
plays them in
reroll.
Kartoffelball and gets his ass.
Chug won't reroll. He's going to stick with dwarfs.
Really?
Mr. Tato will fuck us all, he says.
That's a reroll from Anta.
No,
Yeah.
Anton wants a reroll.
Let's see what we get instead. On the wheel of. Oh, that's just over to Nurgle.
that was so close.
So close to Nogre.
Oh, what a shame.
Okay, so we pretty good odds of that scroll getting a Bassi team in on the last spot as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes. Nurgle or dwarves would fit in there fine. Vampires, I think, would be reason to be frightened. I don't know. I mean, Vampires and Skaven, maybe they could just destroy
Yeah,
all of
just-
those bash teams and laugh at them.
So first up, is anybody more rerolling, or is it Chocolate time?
Jug says he's fine with
So,
dwarves,
Chuck's dwarves.
and Anton is re-rolling, but we haven't heard yet from Arios or Vigente if they're in chat.
So the dwarves going into
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Dirty Dan.
Oh,
Closes that one off.
that's a 3-dwarf division. The
Oh,
Pro Elves and Skavens, and particularly Marzem's Amazons, I think, have got a very, very tough draw there. So good luck, Marzem.
Get shit on Mars.
Rissos, Wamps.
Or just listen a lot to KFoged, who will tell you that, of course, Amazons versus Dwarves is
And we
fine.
get the last spot is going to be Vampires.
And the Vampires do get to take on the Bash League in Scroll Half Height. That's going to be challenging for Arioso.
Can I?
Yes, negate from goblins to flings.
Yes.
Can,
And Cindy, of course, is going to fill up with the last two.
Can't spin it with 1.
You can't just put a single one on and spin it. Oh, I'm just so disappointed. We can.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Hey!
Shockingly, Vigente gets Cindy.
And where is it?
And hold your excitement as we decide that last one. Brilliant. And of course, it's Lucky Luke for. Oh no, it's Cindy for Anton Lunau as well.
That's a lot of stuff to be hitting, though. Double Skaven, double Halfling. It might not be too bad for Nurgle if they can.
Bretonians and Dark Elves. I think that that's going to be a really interesting one, isn't it?
Anyways, I'm gonna let the two of you talk shite, and let Store just be here for some reason.
Oh yeah, why I'm still here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Anyways, enjoy.
All right, see you, Grim.
What did I say? I did say something. I'll put the deadline out. I think because I know that some people has not much internet over. I know that we got a bit of a people away stuff and stuff. So I'm pretty sure I already said the 12th of January to somebody to get into the year before we start actually starting. But if people are in before that, we can of course start earlier. But I know at least like Saul is away on Christmas vacation until the 4th of January. I think.
I was going to say it's team builds by tomorrow morning 9 a.m. isn't it? Or you lose 3 skills.
No, the thing is, I want to start.
No sick as eggs. The only people that lose a skill are the people that chose their race before
Yeah.
the random rolls. Your reroll was free, but you had to take the second choice.
Yeah, the thing is, I want to start the tournament on like a Monday or Tuesday, so we got a full because of the time zone difference in some of the divisions. So there's as much possibility to get time into weekends.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's nice to give people, now that they know the race and the division, people are going to want to meta this, aren't they? They're going to want to look at who they're facing and what they're going to build for that, which is an interesting little wrinkle, rather than building and then being thrown randomly.
Yeah, so
you've got a random race, but you know what your 7 opponents are going to be. So that's an interesting wrinkle on the team building there.
So yeah, probably deadline. I'll put it into the announcement, but probably looking at deadline at the 10th of January and then starting around the 12th, hopefully.
Yeah. So a good couple of weeks to think about it, panic about it, draw up 18 different rosters, and then finally settle on the first thing you thought of anyway.
But it should be good. That's has actually been really fun. I've been really enjoying spinning races.
Yeah, I thought it added a whole new wrinkle. As I said, it's not only a random race, but it's a random race where you now know your 7 opponents, and that's a really interesting wrinkle on the team.
Yeah,
building.
compared to where it's you can pick your race, but you didn't know who you're ending up with. I hadn't actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hadn't even talked about that part, but spinning division as well. You're right. It gives you an option to tailor your team a little bit
Yeah,
more.
it gives you. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, that doesn't make you tailored for the playoffs if you get that far, but it does mean people can build just for what the 7 games they know they're going to play. Which is, it's a little nice little wrinkle.
It means I could take the tackle I normally don't want because I don't know what I'm getting.
So in Hubris, we've got Nurgle, Amazons, Khemri, Undead, Humans, Underwhelm, and 2 sets of Goblins. I have to say, I think the Undead are going to be hard to stop, but I think that's a great draw for the Amazons as well.
Yeah, Amazons should do fine against the Undead on top of it.
Yeah, so the Amazons, I think that's a good draw for them. I think their biggest worry is actually probably Flicky.
Yeah, just because it's so annoying to play against for a team that just
Yeah.
want to be in control.
Yes, sorry, Flicky's Kislev, yes, not Khemri. Kislev Circus. I would imagine that both Goblins are going to turn up with chainsaws, though. There's a lot of AV7 in that league.
Yeah, that's it's definitely one of the divisions you're happy you know the division before.
And Jeremiah Cool, we've got Orcs, Khemri, Dwarves, Halflings, Humans, Halflings, Bretonians, and Vampires. And Elliot known to love his Vampires, so that's going to be a good watch. Store, of course, can't be ruled out even with Halflings because he's just such an awesome Halfling coach. But there is some Dwarves there, which is going to worry the Flings. Outside of that, I don't hate that draw for D for Dan. I think the Humans have got a reasonable draw there. There's nothing there they need to be terribly frightened of, I think.
No.
I can see the Bretonians building something that can do well too. They can put a lot of blodgers on the field if they choose to. And of course, Orcs can never be ruled out.
We did see that.
Yeah, I think Humans are bad for the Flings there because, of course, knowing they've got 2 sets of Flings, they're almost certainly going to roll with a tackle, aren't they? And possibly a tackle mighty blow. Scroll half height. We've got Norse, Chaos Dwarves, Nurgle, Norse, Dwarves, Humans, Nurgle, and Vampires. So it's a bash of heaven, and the Vampires have just got to hope they can steal enough balls, I think.
Yeah, it's. But again, if the best teams build mostly to beat the other best teams, it might be.
I mean, with Vampires, do you really care what you're against?
No,
I mean,
no.
it's the same tactic no matter who it is, don't you? So,
but it might.
The fact there's nothing elfy there will probably not be that terrible for them. It means they can build knowing they're facing lots of bash.
And the best team.
They can avoid it.
And the best team is going to build again, playing other bass as well.
In Skrull, no, we just covered Skrull. Lucky Luke, of course, Dwarves, Underwhelm, Dark Elves, Bretonians, Lizards, 2 sets of Skaven, and some Vampires, because almost every division has some Vampires.
Yeah, the wheel really seemed to like rolling Vampires.
It really did, didn't it? That's a tough one to call. I think the Dark Elves are looking strong there. The Underworld, of course, Underwhelm. Maybe not. I don't know. We could see a Skaven team do well there, I think. There's not that much they can worry about. They've got the pace to outrun the Dwarves.
And after...
interesting.
Yeah, and to be fair, we did see a lot of Orcs doing really well, so it might be the season where the Dwarves do well as well.
Yeah, that's a division I wouldn't mind being in as the Dwarves, that's for sure. Dirty Dan sees Elven Union. That's our only Elven Union this time around, isn't it?
Poncho.
Yep, rolled earlier, not repeated.
Yeah, we've got Poncho in on 4.
Against some Humans, some Dwarves, some more Humans, some Amazons, some Skaven, and 2 sets of Dwarves. That's a 3 dwarf division. Yeah, Marzam's Amazons are in trouble
He's
there.
definitely taking guard, and more guard. And
Yes,
probably
absolutely.
wrestle. Some guard and some wrestle to deal with that.
Yeah, no high elves across the whole of
No.
TSD this
Obsidian.
time round. That's
Obsidian had
odd.
high elf. There's no wood elf.
Oh, okay. Yep. No
The wood elf
woodies.
got a respin.
Wow.
Who was that? Was it Ever?
Got a respin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we all celebrated because that's a brave thing to do. Zolcath the Zote. We've got lizards, chaos dwarves, vampires, dark elves, humans, Bretonians, undead, CS. What's CS?
Chaos.
Oh, chaos. Yes, for Joe Manji, of course. Well, obviously the chaos aren't going to win. I think undead there. That doesn't look too bad for them. Although lizards are not a great matchup for undead.
That's always Tram is dark elf.
Yeah. Ramtut, undead, high elf,
Wait,
goblins, Skaven, lizards, undead, elven union. There is another
Yeah.
elven union, and chaos again. I think Seabraw's gonna have to coach his ass off to get out of that. The undead are being coached by a bit of a noob. So
yeah, the two undead teams are terrible coached. None of them know
Yeah.
what they're doing anyway.
it's going to be hard to look beyond those two undeads, isn't
I
it?
think Obsidian is playing high elf in Van de Gobs as well. He's the France tournament and been doing quite well.
Sure. I mean, Sol, I do think is very good with his Skaven, but a skill short, I think that's going to be limiting.
Hagrim's Lizards is a good match. It's a good division
Yeah,
for them.
that's going to be a really tight division, except for Seabraw's.
And Zebra's going to be playing really, really well.
Well, let's hope so, because that would make it a really tense division. And then in Cindy, we've got some Dark Elves, some Skavens, some Bretonians, some Halflings, some more Halflings, some Skaven, and some Nurgle. Again, I think that's going to be very tough for the Nurgle. No one there is going to really rely on a passing game that they can stymie.
No, but I don't. But it's definitely the bully team of the division, so just that way around. I like they can still sit on people with all the strength 4, and you can build them in a slightly different way, knowing you're the only really bully team there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got to build because you are build that way because you are the team that is going to be the monster. So you build a monster, don't you? You build something.
And you can take probably.
You know, fight anyone. No one's going to try and fight you as Nurgle in that division. I don't think.
Like, and you
Maybe the orcs.
Yeah, and you can take. I don't hate taking like tentacles on the beast in that division, for example, and try to use it as a
absolutely. Smash it into some things and see if it can hold some stuff there. Yeah, I think that's a nice plan.